Hello, hello. So as you can see, I did not turn on stream today, but instead I still played some games, and I listened to Fuamoko ASMR 3 times in a row. So that was pretty fun. So I just did that instead of turning off stream. I mean, turning on stream because sometimes you don't feel like talking to yourself for hours. But I thought that I should, look through the matches today or since the last stream. I say that because I there is like one portion that was after the stream ended, but before I went to sleep and started a new day. So I think where we stopped was on the win. It was still stuck in Emerald. As you can see, I did not climb much today. It's also quite interesting that I'm rank 666. I just realized that when I went to the site. But yeah, I think this one was the last one, and then let's see here. I did not really want to play like Star Guardian or anything, but I had the front line, and then I had I think I had Rising Chaos with Syndra. I think that was the game where I got like early Jinx, and I was just like, yeah, I guess I'm playing Star Guardian. And then I guess I just bled out to fifth. There wasn't really anything that was big enough for me to get the extra push. So yeah, I was just kind of bleeding out towards the end. What happened here? I'm not gonna go like I'm not really gonna go deep into each one because that's gonna take forever. So I'm just gonna open up the histories here. That was that. As you can see, this one was a disaster. As you can see from the items, I took the Mundo stuff. It was insanely hard trying to hit because everyone's using Mundo for various boards. So it was super hard to hit. I was like basically not winning any rounds. And I went 8. And then this one's a third with the protagonist, Garen. I think there was like, maybe like some different variations because there's a Rageblade one, but then when I checked and I see that there's like a Rageblade variation, I already made the BT, and I guess that one didn't have the BT. No, I made Sterak's, and that one doesn't fit with the Sterak's. So anyway, I just made that. I mean, third, it's not that. Like it looks pretty strong. The ward itself is just prismatic augment because protagonist. So other people had good stuff too. I guess this one's just 7 Frost there, and this one's the GP comp. So lost those. That's normal. Here's the GP. This one, I guess I just ended up not being able to get through. I guess I had Radiant Rageblade Wraith emblem, so that was like a 6 Wraith variant there. Lost to that one. This one was just a kill game. Was this the Radiant? No, maybe that was a different one. Yeah, oh yeah. So I was like, I started with Rageblade, Gamblers, and then I think I had the crit augment for it, if I remember correctly. Crit augment here, and then I guess I just ended up trying to, maybe make something happen. One funny thing is it kind of felt like it was actually kind of a bad thing to make the Zac because it took so long to die that sometimes I wouldn't get the healing. Maybe like Gunblade, like maybe like some different variation would be better here. Like moving some items, maybe Gunblade's there, maybe that does something. not sure. There's like double Yumi2s with items. And this one's just a pretty strong Sork, and that's another pretty strong Sork. Was there. Next one, yeah, this one was just ended up working out pretty nicely. I think if I remember correctly, I took caretakers, the prismatic stuff. I don't know what exactly it's called. When you you level up, and at certain levels you get a component, and then a complete item anvil, and then on 7 you get a radiant. I think the radiant there was the void staff, I think, and then I guess this one was the under prismatic. I think this was a triple prismatic thing, triple prismatic lobby, if I remember correctly. And I ended up managing to win out on that one. And yeah, this one was, I think, the promotion game, right? Finally promoted to diamond. And like, here is the line. So like, I think this was the fourth one, and then I went to sleep, and then this is where I came back. So this is how I started the day. Pretty nice. And then from there on, it's like it's been up and down, as you can see. This one was kind of a mess because I started out with the Seeker over here, and then it was like kind of neat for a while. I think I was playing like Mech Frontline stuff on Illusion 1. I think it was like Jewel Gauntlet Seekers, and then I made Shojin. So it was like Shojin, Jewel Gauntlet Seekers, if I remember correctly. But then it was kind of silly of me, because then I think it was also the Living Forge game, so there was also sniper focus. It's like, oh, it's nice if I ever get to Gwen, and I did not get to Gwen, and it was kind of awkward because I never, even though I can cut someone with because I have Sork Emblem, there wasn't really anything to like really cut all that easily. So I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I cut. I don't even remember who I caught. I mean, I guess I just had I just caught the cannon, right? As you can see, so I think went in, but yeah, it was a rough game. As you can see, I went 7th, and then here's just the usual GP. Managed to hit the stuff. Items are pretty much bis. Radiant Ginsu's popping off. These one just kind of just leftovers, and then I leveled. I just ended with the Senna, Yaon. Maybe there's like, different variations going around. At this point, there's like a bunch of guides for it. So I'm not trying to say that I have anything new necessarily to add to the discussion. But yeah, so that was a match. That's the match history for that one. And opening this down is actually kind of dizzying because I'm gonna get lost here. Okay, so yeah, this one was, again, I ran back the GP comp. This time I lost out here. The Flicker Blades, yeah, I think this one was interesting because I was winning the previous fight, so I thought I would just be, would be winning this one as well. And then I got rolled when we were like both on 1 life, and then I went second. Bit surprising. Here, as you can see, I ended up playing Soul Fighter, or at least tried to, but I get to the point where Samira set, and then didn't matter what I did. Like I tried swapping around like augments, or not augments, power ups. Tried to swap those around, but nothing was really good enough. So I was just losing a bunch of fights, and I went 6th. But like yesterday on stream, I went 1-1 with Soul Fighter. So like, there's definitely some scenarios where it can be workable. The items can be like a little bit awkward, like red buff Sunfire, but I don't think that was the difference maker. It's more like Samira does the ult, and just left the units alive on like a low HP, and then she comes back, and then I'm losing the fight. So yeah, that's how basically it went on that game. The closer we get, the fresher my memories are. This one ended up becoming a 5th, although I was kind of hoping for like a good one, like a better one here. But yeah, I mean, hitting the Mundo is hard. And the Mundo is hard. That was the situation here. Some pretty crazy boards as well. I got outplaced by this one, which is like, wouldn't say necessarily surprising, especially like you look at, so like obviously you look at the cost of my board. It's not even that different. Anyway, it's fine. We just got a 5th there. But it's like the question, like, what do you, how you can expect your placement to be in a with a reroll game if you are not hitting the thing that you are rerolling for, right? So fifth I guess was acceptable. Here's the next one, GP. Somehow I managed to go 4, but as you can see, I at least hit the Kubuko. I did not hit the GP or the Yasuo or the Udyr. Yeah, I think, yeah, this one was also the bin, salvage bin. So like the items were like awkward all around, which is why I'm like stuck with the rot here. I tried to like swap things back and forth. Maybe like TG could be used better with the 2 gloves somewhere else. But yeah, that was another game and like not hitting the reroll units. So 4th is fortunate there. And then here's the 7th, which is just yeah, that was a potentially good game at some point at the beginning, because I started, I guess it was prismatic to start though, but I got the Frost emblem, not Frost, Crystal emblem, and it also gives adaptive. But then I it was my fault. So like if I just actually field 3 1-star Frost unit and nothing else really, then I cannot be inted. But basically, I got right before I would cash out the 250, I think 250 charge. I got griefed. I mean, it's you could say it's a kind of right play, but ended up happening is that they fielded very weak board, or like weaker board than mine. So I won the thing, and I ended up cashing out a much weaker one. I cashed out like a belt or something, maybe a little bit gold, and that was it. And then I was stuck there for a clearly low HP, and I kind of made a mistake probably, because I thought that I can potentially win out because I have 2 frost thingies, frost emblems. But I guess I because like there was two options that I was thinking between. 7, level 7 when I am at after carousel, and I got my cash out rolled, but that's fine. And I'm just basically rolling down, trying to find an Ashe on 7, and then do that, or try to go 8, and then I roll there, and then maybe I can hit some legendaries as well, or something like that, or have high rods. But I'm pretty sure if I do the math, then it's just gonna be better to roll on 7 anyway. I think people have done the math many times over the years. So yeah, basically what happened is that I did not have 7, and then I had a bunch of items and units, and I had to like swap around. And I was so desperate that I was like slapping even components, because it was like right before PvP. Like you could see the situation here. 3-5 and 3-6. So yeah. Is that right? Did I really die so fast? Not sure. Anyway, point is, yeah, we got cooked both. So yeah, they were the ones who entered it, and then they FF'd, and then I lost as well. So yeah, like this was like the only round where I actually had 7. I just could not feel a competent board. But it was on me that I lost my stacks. That was my fault. So yeah, this one, they say weak lobby. There's the summary, which I mean obviously true because I got a 4th with Kobuko 2 GP 2. Like I did not hit any of my reroll stuff either, because there was like someone else who had double trouble on the first augment, and they had the duplicators on the second augment, so they were like guaranteed to hit, and I was guaranteed to not hit because they are also taking 3 more copies out of the pool when they hit it. So that was interesting. And I managed to like somehow outplace them. So I'm like low-key proud of it, you could say. And board costs half of theirs. Obviously it's matchups as well, matchup RNG. But yeah, that was an interesting game. Nice before there. Now this one here, I think we also started with Anvil. Got the Ludens. Thought that I would play the Sork. The Ari Sork with like the Swain variant thingy. Right, like Swain frontline. I did not set out to do like triple Stoneplate, but I had triple Stoneplate and I was kind of trying to find the standalone or the one where you need it to be the only one in the row, and then gets 35% health. I was looking for that but couldn't find it. I was stuck on RE1 for a long time, and again I had 1 slot with this because of the Sork emblem, and then I thought that I would be, like obviously the more you look at it, you're thinking, but you could like maybe move the items, right? Like if that was like Karma 2, then it would definitely be a no-brainer. But it was kind of awkward because I'm like, okay, but I wanna keep the Ari, but the Ari also did not have Killer Instinct, I think. So usually just hit the tank, and it was only a 2-star. There's a Lux with a TG. Didn't do much. Like obviously I have a bunch of items, and then I ended up with an IE on the Gwen. Also, I had the masterwork thingy, but and I was thinking about which one to do, but it was the usual, you run out of time, you use the thing, you try to click it fast, so you can get it before the round starts, but you don't get it, and then you have to wait, but then you don't even get to try it again. But so like the game already accepted that that's the one that you picked, that's the item that you picked, so it's just gonna give you that. So I guess I was like kind of pressed for time, and I ended up clicking the Gunblade. Void Staff was probably better. I don't know if it was a placement diff. Maybe it was. But I mean, it definitely had the potential to be like a top 4. I mean, I'm not even entirely sure about that though. Like solid sword board, solid GP board. Looks like they were like in a position to try to hit Zyra 3. They even went level 10. And this one was the all out board, I think, with Cannon Hero Augment as well. So yeah, that's just how it went. This one again, reroll, not hit, can't hit, because this one's here, because there's the Mundo 3. So I can't hit the Mundo, can't hit the Jin. Trying to kind of level, kind of tempo, and end with a 5th. That was that one. Here, this one, Double Trouble. Had a pretty good start. think I got like singularity for a while on the Mundo, but then it ended up getting to a point where it felt like it didn't really do much. And then I managed to get a spat for the Luchador. I was one off from the Gnar. So I was like trying to keep it there. And that again it was salvage bin, so I could like swap some items that I had IE DB Luchador with the Jin for a long time, and then I hit Varus 2, and then I like made actual items, and I got stuck making the double IE, and then it didn't do anything because it died to the Cassante before Varus could ult. So yeah, that's what happened. I think I had a leftover tier maybe somewhere. Maybe if I do double Shojin, it can cast and maybe something's different. But yeah, I got rolled by the Cassante here. That was that one. This game, I had a strong early, like very strong early. I was carrying a Gnar 1 with these items. And then I had like a Mundo 2. I think Mundo 2 dropped from the thing that gives you like a 2-star 2 cost and 2-star 1 cost. I think that was the augment that I had. So that was like very, very, very strong early. And then I found Jinx, and then I got offered the Juggernaut emblem when it was like precisely fitting. So like I was like 6 there, and I was full streaking, so I could level, and I had 2 sniper, 6 Juggernaut, these items on an R1, which is like fine because it hid them behind everything. And I had the Jinx, and the Jinx just had the Juggernaut emblem and the Morello just slammed. And then that was a glove, but then I ended up making a TG. And I thought that I was kind of chilling, but then I started losing a lot. Started losing hard. So I was like rolling for the Ashe and set upgrades. I was rolling, and then I didn't hit the upgrade, lost a fight, didn't hit the upgrade again, and that kind of went on for a while. And I just started bleeding pretty hard. It was just sword, glove, sword left over. Also, I was wondering, like, maybe because I had the true damage one, where it does true damage every 6th attack, I think. I think that's the power up that it had. So yeah, I just ended up in a situation where I'm like, I should have had somehow a third item on the set, but I guess I ended up in a position where I was like, I could put the IE on the set as a third item, or the DB maybe, and that could be something. But instead I threw it on the Braum, and Braum was like doing something. It just wasn't enough. So this one was like a very good start, but it ended up bleeding out into a fourth instead. That was that one. And we're almost at the end. Bear with me for a little bit. Yeah, I think this one was this one was a gamble for, so like I got the thingy. I clicked Warpath gambling for GP because yesterday I got 2 games in a row, I think, when someone else took Warpath and they got a GP2 from it. So I was thinking, oh, maybe it is my time. It was not my time. The first one, I think I got a Kai'Sa. I sold it, I opened, and I went 8, like Turbo 8, as you can see. I mean, I was looking to be fair, just seeing if, contested or anything. It wasn't contested, but I guess I was rolling on 7. I wanted to have the chance for a rise as well. Like even though the items were fine, and the items were fine, and then I was I was about to like go like Turbo 8 before PvE, but then I was winning like a few fights. I thought, okay, maybe a placement, but no, I lost anyway. So yeah, I guess it was 2 fights maybe. I don't know. Like I don't think I really trust the 5-1 there. Because I'm thinking the 3-6. No, the 3-6 is no, on the previous one the 3-6 is right because I lost before PvE. I know that for sure. But I guess I lost so early that it was on 3-6. That's insane. That's like super early. No, I'm just thinking back about that Crystal Gambit game. But yeah, this one was just a Warpath into open, never cashing out the Warpath. I just lose. Go Turbo 8. And then it was like obviously we back to 0 LP. And then this game, I did it again. I got Warpath again. This time I got Zaya. I sold it again. I went open again. And then I see that someone else has also has the position. And you know, one could definitely argue they had the better position. But then somehow, to be fair, this game I also had the mentor augment. Mentor augment where it doesn't matter how much how many mentors you have, your whole team gets it anyway. And then I was kind of even when it was only the two of us left, I was still winning a few fights. I guess a few is like two fights, but then they kind of figured out how to do it, like how to position so that I'm not gonna somehow end up winning. So yeah, I mean I had that unit too, but that didn't really do much. I was kind of considering that maybe maybe I could try to move off items and move the power up as well to the Yone maybe. But then I don't know. You just maybe it's I don't know. Anyway, it was the two of us holding hands 1-2 with the GP comp, which is like obviously not typical. But I mean, what ended up happening here is I hit the Udyr. So I actually had the Udyr as a tank instead of the Kabuko. And then I was just there with the Kabuko 1. And like obviously this had stretchy arm, this had the unstoppable. They had the same thing as well. And then yeah, I got second. And he played the same player for 3+ rounds at the end of the game. So yeah, that was a 1v1 there. And that was the day. Obviously I did not really progress, but that's what you get when you're like kind of trying to play the GP comp every time. So yeah, you can see the tags: the Mighty Mech Enjoyer, Strong Frontline, Gank GP God, prefers AD, Udyr main, which is like, yeah, because I'm playing the comp every time. So yeah, that was today's games that were now on stream. So yeah, that's it. It's been half an hour already. I ended up talking about the games, but I think that's like the whole point of going through them. But I didn't think that I would go through the games in this detail, I suppose. And I guess if you like you care about like any specific match, you can like either go look at my match history on any site or just pause the video when I open it up. That kind of stuff. I'm not fully clear everywhere on which augment I had because I'm not remembering all the games that well. I try to talk about what I remember in certain games. Again, it's funny that the rank came out to that exact number. My stats are atrocious. I know. Don't worry about it. I'm just having fun. All right. Thank you very much, and that's it for today. Bye bye.